American Airlines is apologizing after one of its flight attendants essentially kicked off two pro basketball players from a flight after accusing them of stealing blankets from first class. The basketball players are Marquise Teague and also Trayshawn Burrell. And they are players for a basketball team that I'm unfamiliar with. They're in an NBA G League, and they're known as the Memphis Hustle. And so they were on the flight, and as they were going to their seats in the economy area of the plane, apparently someone in first class gave them their blankets. At that point, a male flight attendant, who also happens to be black, accused them of stealing the blankets, and then an argument happened, and the flight attendant said he was uncomfortable and kicked the two off the plane, off the flight. And later, apparently because this story became a huge deal, the airline realized that there was a mistake and that they didn't actually steal any blankets, and they were given two first class seats on a different flight to get to their destination. But look, the thing that I thought was really interesting was the immediate accusation of theft. Why did it immediately go there? I don't really understand, right? How about ask a few, first of all, so they have some blankets. If someone in first class gave them the blankets, that means no one ever complained about blankets being stolen. You just saw two people with first class blankets and immediately assumed, okay, they were stolen, even though no one even complained about anything. Like, who cares? Really, that's what you're doing as a flight attendant? That's what you care about? Whether or not these people have blankets?
Okay, so there's two parts of this story that get under my skin. So one is obviously the automatic assumption here. And so let's just acknowledge that there are stereotypes in all of our heads, and it affects even minorities. And so this is what we talk about on the show all the time. It's not to blame people or class of people. It's the brown-eyed, blue-eyed experiment that a Kansas teacher did a long time ago. And when she told the blue-eyed kids that they were inferior, they internalized it and started believing it, and then started discriminating against themselves. So that's why we say it's important to acknowledge these things and get it out of our heads to the best of our abilities. So, but more than, so that's partly the stereotype angle here, and of course it's a black guy doing it, right? So we're not saying like, oh, it's racism, etc. We're just telling you about the stereotypes that might go through all of our heads depending on the situation. The other part of it, and the more relevant part in this story, is the classism, right? So
yes.
So if you're in first class, you deserve everything. And look, I get it.
They're paying a lot for those seats,
they're paying
so I get that.
Yeah, they're paying a ton, and I understand that, right? But it doesn't mean that you have to treat the people in coach like dirt. Like that's, it's okay to treat the first class guys with all the things that they're getting because they're paying through their nose, right? But the coach guys are also human. They're also human. Like, treat them with decency. And of course, the last part, as Anna just explained to me, that they got thrown off the plane because he felt unsafe.
Right, exactly.
Get out of here. You have ultimate power now as a flight attendant. So people abuse that power. They abuse it left and right. I had a slight disagreement with you. I win. I had a friend who got threatened that at an airport in Vegas that they were going to never let him fly again if he spoke up against them. Like, they could ruin your life. They could put you on a no-fly list. You can't give people that kind of power. It gets to their head, and then you get stories like this.
I know. Oh God, the treatment of people in the economy section of the plane is what really gets to me. Yes, the assumption that they stole is a huge problem, probably the #1 problem in this story. But I just don't get why that stood out to the flight attendant to the point where he felt, I need to confront these people about blankets. They have blankets, no one complained to you about anything, just let it go. I'm sure there are other things to worry about on that plane. Anyway.
By the way, this is American Airlines again, and American Airlines in October had the NAACP issue a travel advisory against them because saying that African Americans could face discrimination if they fly with American Airlines because of repeated incidents, including one involving an organizer of the Women's March who was booted from a flight after a dispute over her seat. So for the NAACP to say, watch out for an airline, they systematically discriminate against black people, I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. So that's a hell of a thing. Now in this case, again, it's two black guys discriminated against, but the flight attendant was also black. So there's a lot of different factors here. You just watched a video by the Young Turks, the home of the revolution. If you'd like to get the full show, come join us and become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.